All right, quarter one, week 8, day 4. Use order of operations to solve. All right, we know that we need to do PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-E-S. P-E-M-D-A-S. PEMDAS. All right, so we need to do parentheses first. Well, it looks like we're going to have to subtract 82 minus 60. If we take 82 minus 60, we end up with 22. So now we have a 7 times 22 plus 3 to the third power. So we're done with parentheses pretty much. Well, I just have the parentheses there for a multiplication issue. Okay, so exponents is next. Are there any exponents? 3 to the third power. All right, guys, it's not just 3 times 3. It is 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3, which is 27. So now we're left with 7 times 22 plus 27. All right, so we are now done with the exponents. So we have to do multiplication or division. Do we have multiplication or division? Yes, we have 22 times 7, which equals 154, plus 27. So all we have to do next is add 27 to 154, and that gives us 181. So there we go. Following order of operations, we have 181 if we follow the PEMDAS method. Next, we have to find the quotient. We are doing keep, change, flip. So we're going to rewrite this. 3 over 10. Division sign becomes a multiplication sign. The 4 over 5 becomes a 5 over 4. Once again, let's see if we can cross-reduce to save us some time later. Is there anything we can divide into 10 and 5? Yes, definitely. Okay, we can divide 5 into both of those. 5 goes into 10 twice. 5 goes into 5 once. All right, so we have that. Can we do anything with the 3 and the 4? No, we can't do anything that direction. So we just multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. 3/8. Can we simplify or reduce that in any other way? Nope, that's it. So if we're finding the quotient, we do keep, change, flip, and we got 3/8. At her visit to the doctor, Maggie weighed 67.9 pounds. At her next visit, she gained 13.45 pounds. How much does she weigh now? Okay, well, I think we're just going to add what she used to weigh, which was 67.9, and we're just going to add the amount of weight that she added to it, 13.45. Okay, so I should have maybe given me some more space here, so we'll put the little 0 in there. But we'll make it work. All right, so we have 5 times 0 is 5. 9 and 4 is 13. 7 and 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. 6 plus 2 more is 8. Okay, so she now weighs 81.35 pounds total. So that's all you had to do is take her original weight, 67.9, add 13.45 to it, and that gives us her total weight now. All right, so we are being asked to find the quotient. But we have a situation here. We have decimals. Okay, and remember, we cannot have decimals in the divisor. So the number you're using to divide into a bigger number, it cannot have decimals. Okay, so this here, we have to get rid of those by moving it 2 places to the right, or multiplying it by 100 is what we're doing when we do that. And we're going to have to do the same to the other side. So we're going to rewrite it. Okay, so on the outside is going to be 9. And in the box is going to be 748.9. So 748.9. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and quickly do this one. A lot of times I just kind of give you the quick answer, but let's work this one out. So 9 does not go into 7, but 9 does go into 74, and I believe that goes in 8 times. So let's try that out. 8 times 9 is 72. 2. And then we are going to do 4 minus 2, which is 2, bring down the 8. All right. So how many times does 9 go into 28? That would be 3 times, because 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, so 8 minus 7 is 1. We're going to bring down this 9. How many times does 9 go into 19? Well, 9 times 2 is 18, so I'm just going to use that. 18 minus 9 is, or 19 minus 18 is 1. Okay, so we're going to bring down a 0. How many times does 9 go into 10? 1 time. Okay, and then 9 times 1 is 9, so we're going to have 1 again. Okay, so what's going to end up happening here is it looks like we're going to keep getting 1s over and over. So we can pretty much stop there. Okay, so our answer to find this quotient is 83.21 would be our answer for that one. Again, the most important part is getting that decimal out of the divisor, okay, so that we can actually have a number that we can work with. All right, so Emma has 18 yellow flowers and 30 white flowers. So she has that and she has that. She wants to split them into vases in equal groups. So all the vases will look the same. So they have the same number of yellow flowers and the same number of white flowers. What is the largest number of groups she can make? Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to find the least, or the greatest common factor of 18 and 30, right? And that'll give us how many groups she can have. Of course, 1 times 18 will give you 18. 2 times 9 will give you 18. 3 times 6 will give you 18. 4 times nothing, 5 times nothing, and then 6 times 3, so we're repeating. So that's all for those. For 30, it's 1 times 30 will give you 30. 2 times 15 will give you 30. 3 times 10, and 5 times 6, and then 6 times 5, obviously, so we're repeating there. So now we just have to look and see what is the largest number that is in both of these, and it looks like the most groups we can do with 18 and 30 flowers would be 6 if we want to put the exact right amount and not have any left over. Okay, that would be the largest number of groups she can make, is 6 groups of the yellow flowers and the white flowers. Pizza Planet is running a special. 3 pizzas for $16.50. Okay, so they want to know how much it is for 1 pizza. Well, to find that out, you're just going to divide by 3, right? Because 3 goes in 3 one time. So then we have $16.50 divided by 3. Okay, so how many times does 3 go into 1? It can't. But 3 can go into 16 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. So we have 1 here, a 5 here. All right, how many times does 3 go into 15? We just realized that would be 5. 3 times 5 is still 15. Bringing down the 0 this time. I forgot to show this. Okay, so 15 minus 15 is 0. Bring down the 0. And then 3 goes into 0 0 times. So it is going to be how much for 1 pizza? It will be $5.50 per pizza, okay, if you just buy 1. So if you're allowed to buy 1, you can just buy it for $5.50. Otherwise, it might be a special where you have to buy 3 to get the special, and that's what you would do. But you would still know that you're paying $5.50 per pizza. Okay, so we are now going to complete this table. So we're going to do the same thing that we always do when we're completing tables like this. We just look, what does it take to get from 1 to 2? We multiply by 2. So we have to do $1.50 times 2, which ends up being $3. Well, that was good. All right, let's look at the next one. We have 1 to 3. What does it take to get from 1 to 3? Times 3. So what are you going to do on this side? Take $1.50 times 3. Okay, so $1.50 times 3 would be $1.50 plus $1.50, which would be $3. And then another $1.50, which would be $4.50 for that one. Okay, and then we're going to go and figure out the last one. To get from 1 to 4, you obviously multiply by 4. At this point, we could say, well, we multiplied by 2 and got 3. So if we multiplied by 4, that's double that amount. So obviously that would be $6. So those are your answers for that. To complete this table, if you get 3 milkshakes, it's $4.50. If you get 4 milkshakes, it's $6. All right, guys, so this is something a little bit different that we haven't covered yet, but let's go ahead and do this one. It says Lewis made 80% of what he made last week. So he made 80% of what he made last week. So he didn't make 100% of it. He made a little bit less. If he made 72 this week, okay, how much did he make last week? So he made less this week, and he made $72. So he made more than $72 last week. All right, so 80%, okay, we talked about this as 80 over 100, okay? And then 80 over 100 as a decimal is actually 0.8. The reason why it's 0.8 is you're just going to basically divide and move the decimal over 2 places, and that gives you your 0.8. Okay? So that's what it is. It's 0.8. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide 0.8 into 72. But we've already talked about this. If you have 0.8 and you're dividing it into 72, okay, that's not going to work out real well because we have a decimal there. So we have to move the decimal over 1 place. And if we do that here, there's an assumed decimal right there, which means we're going to divide 8 into 720. All right, so how many times does 8 go into 72? Well, we know, as a matter of fact, that 8 will go into 72 9 times exactly, right? So we'll put a 9 right here. 9 times 8 is 72. 72 minus 72 is 0. So we'll bring down the 0. 8 goes into 0 times. So last week, okay, he made $90. So basically 80% of $90 is 72. So we found out that $90 is what he made last week and 72 is what he made this week. And we'll do more of this later on, but just wanted to kind of get you started on that, where we can convert sometimes a percent to a decimal to make it easier to do a particular solution. Okay, so Danny's jump rope is 6 meters long. How many decimeters or decameters, or I think it's decimeters, is this jump rope? Well, I gave you some information that 1 meter is 10 decimeters. So if it's 6 meters long, then it would be 6 groups of 1. So to get this from 1 meter to 6 meters, you would multiply by 6. So what would you do to find out how many total decimeters? Well, you would multiply that by 6. So what is 10 times 6? Well, that is 60. So the answer to this one is there would be 60 decimeters would be the length of the jump rope. Okay, so if you're measuring it in meters, it would be 1 meter, or if you're measuring it in decimeters, it would be 60 of the decimeters. All right, that's your answer for that one.